You already know what it feels like. That moment when the day is finally over, the house gets quiet, and instead of feeling relief, your brain just keeps going. Thoughts about tomorrow. Replaying conversations from earlier. That low hum of anxiety that never really shuts off. You lie down, but your mind is still at work. You close your eyes, but your thoughts are still open. And you wake up the next morning feeling like you never actually rested at all. That is not just tiredness. That is your nervous system running on fumes with no off switch. And here's the thing that most people never stop to realize. The problem is not how well you sleep. The problem is what you do in the hours before sleep. The transition from the chaos of your day to the quiet of your night. Most people have no transition at all. They just crash. And then they wonder why they feel disconnected, foggy, emotionally drained, and mentally scattered every single day. Today, I am going to walk you through a simple evening reset routine that takes less than an hour and can completely change how your mind feels by morning. Not complicated, not expensive, not something you need any special equipment for, just a sequence of small, intentional steps that tell your brain it is safe to slow down. And if you stay with me through this whole video, you will understand exactly why your mind has been so hard to quiet, and exactly what to do about it tonight. But first, something important. If you have been feeling mentally exhausted for a while and you want more than just a single routine, we do have a program linked in the video description below. It goes much deeper into rebuilding your mental clarity from the ground up. I will mention it again at the end because I genuinely want you to know it exists before this video disappears from your feed. But for now, let us get into what is really happening inside your head. Picture this. You have just finished a full day. Meetings, responsibilities, decisions, conversations, noise, screens, demands. Your brain has been firing on all cylinders since the moment you woke up, and neuroscience tells us something fascinating about this. Your brain does not automatically shift gears when external demands stop. It keeps producing cortisol, your stress hormone, because it has been trained to stay alert. It is waiting for the next problem, the next task, the next threat. So when you sit down on the couch at 9 o'clock and scroll through your phone, your brain is not resting. It is still absorbing stimulation, still comparing, still reacting, still alert. You are pouring gasoline on a fire you think you are putting out. And over time this builds. Week after week, month after month, your nervous system never fully resets. Research consistently shows that chronic low-level stress without proper recovery actually shrinks the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for focus, emotional regulation, and decision-making. You are literally eroding your own mental clarity by never giving yourself a real reset. And you feel it, do you not? You feel it in the way small things set you off. You feel it in that brain fog that follows you around all morning. You feel it in the way you cannot hold a single thought for longer than 30 seconds before something else pulls your attention. You feel it in the exhaustion that sleep does not fix. This is not a character flaw. This is a biological response to a life with no off switch. Now here is where it gets powerful. Because the same neuroscience that explains the problem also maps the solution perfectly. Your brain responds to cues. It learns from patterns. When you repeat a sequence of actions consistently, your brain begins to anticipate what comes next and starts preparing for it. This is called conditioned response, and it is one of the most powerful tools you have for resetting your mental state on command. The evening reset routine I am about to give you works because it creates a deliberate chain of cues that signal to your nervous system that the day is done, that it is safe to downshift, that you do not need to stay on high alert anymore. Let us start with step 1, the digital cutoff. And I know you have heard this before, but hear me out, because most people do this completely wrong. It is not just about putting your phone down, it is about what you replace it with. Your brain needs a reason to disengage from the digital world. Just removing the stimulation without replacing it leaves a vacuum that anxiety is very happy to fill. So at least 60 minutes before you want it to be asleep, you are not just turning off your phone. You are choosing one thing to do instead that requires no decisions, no social comparison, and no reaction. A warm drink. A physical book, not digital. Gentle stretching, journaling, anything that brings you into the present moment with your physical senses. The moment you do this consistently for 5 days, your brain begins associating that action with the coming of rest, and something shifts. That mental chatter starts to lose volume faster than you ever thought possible. Step 2 is something almost nobody talks about. Temperature. Your body temperature naturally needs to drop 1 to 2 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate deep sleep. And when your day has been stressful, your core temperature often stays elevated due to cortisol. A warm shower or bath in the evening is not just relaxing in a vague sense, it is physiologically accelerating the temperature drop your body needs to enter rest mode. Studies have shown that a warm bath taken 90 minutes before bed can improve sleep onset by up to 36%. That means you fall asleep faster, you drop into deeper stages sooner, and you wake up feeling more restored. That is not a small thing. That is a different life. Step 3 is the brain dump, and this one is a game changer for overthinkers, which I suspect includes you. Here is what happens when you lie down with unprocessed thoughts. Your brain treats them like unfinished tasks. And your brain hates unfinished tasks. It will keep cycling back to them because it is trying to keep you from forgetting them. This is called the Zeigarnik effect, and it is the reason you cannot stop thinking about things you have not dealt with yet. The solution is brutally simple. Before you start your wind-down routine, you sit down with a piece of paper and you write out everything that is in your head. Every task, every worry, everything you need to remember, everything that is bothering you. You do not organize it, you do not solve it, you just get it out of your brain and onto paper. Research shows this alone can reduce pre-sleep cognitive arousal significantly. Your brain sees the information is captured and it begins to let go. You go from a mind racing at 100 miles an hour to something that actually feels manageable in about 10 minutes. Step 4 is intentional breathing. And before you roll your eyes, stay with me, because this is not meditation fluff. This is physiology. Your vagus nerve connects your brain to your body, and it is the master switch for your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest state. And the fastest way to activate it is through slow, controlled exhalation. The technique is simple. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, breathe out for 8 counts. The extended exhale is the key. It directly activates the vagus nerve. It lowers heart rate, it drops cortisol. It signals to your brain that danger has passed. 5 minutes of this at the end of your day produces measurable changes in heart rate variability, a biomarker that top performance coaches, elite athletes, and neuroscientists track as one of the most reliable indicators of stress recovery and mental resilience. People who do this consistently report that within 2 weeks their baseline anxiety levels drop noticeably. Their focus during the day improves. Their mornings feel lighter. Step 5 is what I call the 3 good things. And this is where the emotional shift really happens. Your brain is wired for negativity bias. It is an evolutionary survival mechanism. Your ancestors needed to remember threats more than rewards. But in modern life, this same wiring keeps you stuck in a loop of what went wrong, what you failed at, what you should have done differently. Before you sleep, you write down 3 specific things from your day that were genuinely good. Not huge things. Tiny things count. A moment that made you smile. A conversation that felt real. A task you finished. A meal that tasted good. Something that did not go wrong. The act of searching for these things literally rewires your neural pathways over time. It forces your brain out of threat scanning mode and into appreciation mode. And this changes everything. Not just how you feel at night, but how you perceive your entire day as it is happening. People who practice this consistently for 30 days report feeling like fundamentally different versions of themselves. More patient, more present, more able to handle stress when it comes, less reactive, more clear. Now, step 6 is the sleep anchor. This is the final cue in your chain. Whatever it is for you, a specific pillow position, a particular ambient sound, a cup of herbal tea, a certain blanket, it becomes your brain's final signal that sleep is now the only task. When you pair this anchor with all the previous steps and repeat it every single night, your brain learns to associate that final cue with immediate physiological relaxation. This is the same mechanism used in high-performance sleep coaching, where people who once took 90 minutes to fall asleep are falling asleep in under 15. The whole routine takes between 30 and 50 minutes, and the return on that investment is staggering. Better focus the next morning, more emotional stability throughout the day, higher decision-making quality, less reactivity, less brain fog, more energy, more presence, more of yourself available to actually live your life. And here is the quiet truth. The people who are functioning at their best, the ones who seem calm under pressure, clear-headed in chaos, emotionally grounded when everything is hard, they are not special. They just have a system. They have something that works, and they protect it like their life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. You deserve that too. Not someday. Tonight. Which brings me back to what I mentioned earlier. If you are serious about not just resetting tonight but rebuilding your mental clarity at a deeper level, the program linked in the video description is where that transformation actually lives. Everything I shared today is real and it will help you. But what is in that program goes further, faster, with more structure and more support than a single video ever could. Most people watch videos like this, feel inspired, and then do nothing because inspiration without a clear path fades by morning. The ones who actually change are the ones who commit to a real system. If that is you, if you know deep down that you are ready to stop surviving and start actually recovering, that link is waiting for you. Not for everyone, but for the ones who feel it. Go check it out before this moment passes and becomes just another thing you meant to do.